Hey guys, welcome back. Modi 101 here. I'm here with Heather and AB.
Hey guys!
And we are back in Get Creative. Hey, I did it.
Yay!
Yay. Your mic's doing that weird thing again. It's fun.
No!
It's doing that weird, like you got like a second track behind you. Why are you laying down tracks?
Because I'm working on beats now.
Is that where you're going with this?
Yes.
Seems like a legit idea.
It does. It does.
Oh, it went away. Your career's over.
No!
Anyways, guys, we're back hanging out, chit-chatting. Last episode, Heather found some random weird tween website with questions, and that's what we're going over.
It wasn't a teen website.
It's all right. So back to Snazzy Lads or whatever website you're working off of.
No.
All right, what's the next question? Let's do this.
All right, the next question is, what would be your first question after waking up from being cryogenically frozen for 100 years?
I don't know.
That's a...
Is it cold in here for you too? I mean, I don't know. Like it's hard to imagine that situation specifically.
Yeah. That's a... I would know what year it is because I would just add 100 to whatever year I remember.
Well, but you wouldn't know that they... But what if they woke you up in like 99 years? Because, you know...
But they shouldn't have because the documentation should have said 100.
Well, but that was just more... That's an estimate.
An estimate. Wake them up in maybe 100 years or so.
Ish. I guess technically I would assume that the first question would be like, so what's going on?
Where are my pants?
And then the second question would be like, wait, where are my legs? Never mind about the pants. You know,
oh
no! Someone didn't read the fine print. All right, now we're starting to get a little depth, little color in this build. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I mean, I guess it would just be like all joking aside, like what's going on, like.
Yeah, I think that would be mine too. You know, what's been happening?
So what's the switch, the sitch, the. Is Nintendo still making systems? Oh, they are. Cool. Okay. Maybe I guess my first question would be like, so what's my subscriber count?
Wow. They're like, who are you?
Wow, that's what they would say now, and that makes me even sadder.
And they would not.
Totes.
They would know who you are. It's on your documents.
Yes. I'm not sure. We haven't checked recently, Madi.
Madi?
That's what they would say.
Is it?
And I would say, touche, you bastard. Touche. All right, what's the next question?
Oh, this one I know, but who's your go-to band or artist when you can't decide on something to listen to?
Hall & Oates.
No, it's not.
Just Hall?
No.
Just Oates.
No.
Hall and Smith?
Bayside.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah, they're a thing.
I have a lot of random, but like I go through spurts. Like Bayside's been a long time, but I go through like spurts where it's like, you know, I want to listen to random bands. I'll listen to it for a bunch. I'm like, this is amazing. I'm over it.
Yeah, what was the one that you were listening to in stream like a couple weeks back? Because you were like, I've gotten back into them, and that's all you were listening to for a while.
It was Jawbreaker. Jawbreaker's amazing.
Yeah, that's it. You were texting me lyrics.
Yeah,
they were sweet.
Without Jawbreaker, there might not be the same Bayside, and that is from Bayside themselves.
Yeah, that's true. He did say that, didn't he?
Yep. You don't even know Jawbreaker.
I've listened to like one song that you told me to listen to.
What about you? Is yours the same answer? Hall & Oates?
Yes, Hall and Oates. No, I think Bayside would probably be my go-to. I really like them.
REO Speedwagon.
No. I do like Hailstorm, though.
I don't know who that is.
Hailstorm's pretty good. They're a little bit heavier.
Yeah, they're under screamo music.
Oh no, I can't stand screamo.
That was always like the annoying part with me is I had friends who were in those kind of bands, and
You still have friends that are in those kind of bands.
I know, but I'd have to be like, "Hey, did you hear a new song? Yeah, it was great."
Yeah, I can't do screamo.
Yeah.
It gives me a headache, and I think that's the point, is to give people headaches.
I have no idea. Yeah, I've never... No, because, like I said, the hardcore scene kind of popped up. Like, I had a bunch of friends who played in punk bands when I played in punk bands, and then they all got into, like, the hardcore scene, and, like, you know, the one person she's talking about is I have a buddy I used to live with, and we used to sit in our underwear and play Magic the Gathering.
He's talking about yesterday.
Yeah. And his name is Jeremy Ray Talley, and he is
I've met him.
Yeah, he was in a band called The Bled, which if you're into that kind of genre of music would probably be something you're into.
Oh my god. Yeah. So, okay, get this, guys. And I don't know if you guys know the band that I'm about to talk about, but I'm so jealous of Emoti. I mean, for a lot of things, but
my beard.
Yeah.
My wiener. Go on.
Oh my god. Anyway, he met Guttermouth.
And everybody's like, "Whoa, really? Who's that?"
Guttermouth. No. Okay, they're a punk band, right? And I used to listen to them all the time growing up. And then he just like casually just mentions one day, because I don't even think you knew that I had listened to them, because you were like telling me some story, and you were like, "Yeah."
About how everybody in AFI are a bunch of buttholes. Go on.
And then he's like, "Yeah, they were, but Guttermouth was cool." And I was like, "Whoa, wait, stop! What did you just say?" he got to hang out with them, like talking and you know just hanging out
in two different cities.
I know, right? It wasn't just one time.
Yeah, it was.
Jealous.
They played here, and then the band that I went on tour with ran into them in, I think, Lafayette, or no, something in Arkansas, like North Arkansas, at a skate park. Should I tell the reason why AFI are the biggest bunch of buttholes? Okay.
Keep it PG.
I will do my best. No promises are being made. All right, so some of these bands may be bands that a lot of you guys have never heard of. AFI had a very short stint of popularity. Almost, I think, I don't know, I don't pay attention to it, but almost a little bit like one-hit wondery type situation. Back in the, I think, early 2000s. Anyways, go look them up. They're awful.
Okay, but would you say they were awful if you hadn't had the experience that you had?
I was never a fan of the band.
Okay.
And now
he's not a fan at all of.
Now I want to fight the singer. And I'm going to tell you right now, this is a 23-year-old grudge. Okay.
It is.
All right. So how much time do we have?
We have time. Go.
I feel I should stretch. All right. When I was 18 years old, I went with a band when they went on tour. I was asked to be in the band, but I was like, that sounds like work, and I didn't want to. Okay. So, I had gone with them and kind of done merch and just hung out and drove the van and whatnot, right?
He was like a backstage hand type of thing.
Yeah, well, not really. I was just another guy who was there. Considering the fact that 3 of the 6 people that were on the trip Mind you, the band was 4 guys, and there were 6 of us who went. 3 of the 6 people who went, the 3 people that were over the age of 21 at the time, none of them had licenses due to DUIs. And one of the guys couldn't figure out how to drive a van like it wasn't a sports car. So me at 18 and a 17-year-old kid named Charlie, basically we went 19 shows in 21 days from Tucson, Arizona to Jacksonville, Florida and back, including northern Texas. We all went all the way up to, I think it's Denton is above Dallas. That area.
Yeah, I think so.
I think that was the most north we went, like right above Little Rock and whatnot. Anyways, so before we had gone, there was a show here in Tucson that the band I was hanging out with was playing at, right? And the show, they were the opening act for this band Guttermouth that was headlining that Heather liked. And their opening act that was on tour with them was this band AFI. Screw those guys. Anyways. So we had met them at the club here. We hung out with them like after the show was over and everybody left. We hung out. I don't drink. I didn't drink then or anything like that. But we hung out because it was at a bar, but it was also all ages. Like it was kind of one of those like you have to have a wristband to get liquor, but everybody could just walk around.
Yeah.
And because it was by the University of Arizona, which is, half the kids are old enough to drink, half the kids aren't. For all of you people who don't live in the U.S., the legal drinking age is 21, not 18. Don't ask.
Yep.
Anyways.
It's weird.
Anyways, so we hung out with Guttermouth, and they were really cool. We joked around with them and stuff like that. They were a decent-sized band. Now, I'll be honest with you, hon. This was probably before you listened to them.
Okay.
Because how old were you when you listened to them?
Oh, God, I don't even remember.
Because I was 18. That would have made you 13.
Yeah, I think I started around 14 or 15.
Okay, so this all happened before you even heard of the band, so.
Yeah.
So not a big deal. Anyways, so we hung out with Guttermouth. They were really cool, and we'd actually brought up, because we already had, it was like 2 weeks before we left on tour. We already had our itinerary, and it showed, this was, I won't say pre-internet, but pre-internet. Okay.
Yeah,
so,
it was the age of AOL dial-up and stuff like that.
So when you had to book a tour, you either did it yourself by there used to be this DIY book. I forget what it was called, but it was basically this magazine that they would put out like twice a year. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't like a magazine you would buy in like the grocery store. It wasn't. It was basically a magazine that was there to, that just had the names, phone numbers, and promoters for local clubs across the country. Okay. And you would literally have to call each club and be like, hey, do you have any space on September 16th? My band so-and-so was coming through and we play this kind of music. And then you would kind of have to write your tour that way. And it was always tricky because, some places are only open on the weekends. And you always got to make sure you have a show from one to the other before because you need to get... You get paid for one show to make it to the next show.
Gas money and
food. Gas money. Food's question.
Not even food.
Yeah. Anyway, so we hung out with Guttermouth and... I don't know. I wouldn't say that we were like really fan-stricken because kind of in that scene, they're just a bunch of guys like us who just got lucky sooner.
Yeah.
It's not like meeting rock stars because when they're not playing, they're just a bunch of idiots like the rest of us. So yeah, anyways. And we had said, we're going to be meeting up with you guys in Arkansas on this date at the skate park. And the guy's like, oh, yeah, I've been there. It's super great. It's super cool. You guys will really dig it. That'll be cool. If you guys need anything, let us know. Now, this is pre-cell phones being a normal. So, mind you, we went 6 idiots in a crappy van with all of our equipment, drove, thousands of miles in the middle of nowhere with no cell phone. So I should be dead is kind of the point of my story. So the night prior to the show, now the entire trip we had stayed in 21 days. We had stayed in 2 hotel rooms. Mm-hmm. All the rest of the time, we would meet people at the show. It was a different time, people. It was before Al Qaeda, so you could do this. You would meet people at shows and be like, "Hey, we're the band. You like us? Yeah, you guys are great. Cool. Can we sleep on your floor? Okay." And it was like weirdly a lot of the time, like 19-year-old girls who lived alone would let 6 greasy dudes sleep at our house. The point of the story is, I'm surprised they're alive.
Oh,
because it's not like we planned to murder, but opportunity. Anyways, so.
Oh my God.
Anyways, and if the cops asked, we didn't do anything, and I was with you the whole time. Okay, so Guttermouth was super cool, and they were like, yeah, if you guys, need anything, hit us up, And they even told us, and we wrote it down, what club they were playing at the night prior to us meeting up. And it was actually in the city of Little Rock. Yeah. Now, at this point, it was probably about 11 or 12 o'clock at night, because we had driven up from Biloxi, Mississippi, which is very, very south Mississippi.
Yeah, it's on the Gulf, right on the Gulf.
All the way up to Little Rock, which is pretty north Arkansas, right? So we got up there kind of late. And so our idea was, you know what? Instead of because we didn't have a show that night. That was one of the nights we didn't have a show, which meant that we couldn't meet anybody, which meant that we couldn't, get a place to crash, right? So we were like, you know what? They gave us the club. They said if we need anything to come, tell them, right? So let's go and see if we can find them, and maybe they'll let us, because they were on a tour with the label, so they were gonna actually get hotel rooms and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we thought maybe they'll let us crash on their couch, and then we can all drive up to the show. It was about, I don't know, 100 miles, if even that, north of there. But we could all drive up to the show together, right? So we went to the club, but it was so late that the show was pretty much over. Like, there were still people there, kind of, getting in their cars and leaving. But, it was pretty much over. So we saw a van pull away that we had seen at the show in Tucson.
Yeah.
And we stopped real quick, and there was kind of a door guy, because it was kind of the back door where you load and unload equipment. And we asked the guy, we said, hey, was that Guttermouth? Mm-hmm. And the guy was like, yeah, I think so. We were like, cool. So we took off after him. Now, mind you, we're in downtown Little Rock, which is a decent-sized city. Mm-hmm. It's 1 o'clock in the morning, and it's a downtown where there's, no one lives down there. It's all businesses. So it's pretty empty. And we're driving a van, flashing our lights and honking at this van in front of us, trying to get them to stop, which naturally freaked them the hell out.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't have stopped.
Exactly. Even to the point where we could tell they were trying not to stop, because they would kind of slow down at a yellow light and then gun it through the red, but there was nobody around, so we just gunned it through the red. We didn't care. And eventually they got trapped, and I was riding shotgun. My friend, one of the guys, Charlie, was doing the driving. So we discussed, if we stop them, I can jump out easiest, run up to the van and basically, tell them who we were and we weren't going to murder them. Yeah. Probably. We didn't want to take that off the table. Options, people. Anyway, so finally they get trapped at a red light, and it's kind of dark, even though we're in a city. I couldn't see inside the van. So I go running up, gawky, weird 18-year-old me. Hey, guys. I don't know. I was going through puberty, apparently, then.
At 18?
I went through puberty, too. That's where the beard comes from. I went through super puberty. Superty. Anyways. So I go running up, and I'm like, hey, guys, my name's... you guys don't need to know my name. But, hey, my name's Modi, and, I'm with the band, da-da-da-da-da, and we hung out with you guys in Tucson at the show with the thing. Anyways, you guys said, we're playing with you guys tomorrow night at this show and blah, blah, blah at the skate park. And you guys said if we need anything, just to let you guys know, we're just kind of curious if we can crash at your place. Because I needed to say this before the light turned green.
Yeah.
Right?
Modi turned into an auctioneer.
Exactly. And then there was a pause where nobody said anything from the entire van. And I was like, oh, crap. My brain instantly thought, what if this was like an opening band that wasn't on tour with them? Like this wasn't Guttermouth, right? And I was like, crap. And I started questioning, did we see this van in Tucson? I don't know if we did. And so there was this pause, and I go, you guys are Guttermouth, right? And they're like, no, we're not. Sorry, man. I'm like, oh, God damn it. So I run back to the van. I'm like, yep, those guys were in it. So we drove the 100 more miles that late at night, and literally just 6 of us crammed into this van, tried to get some sleep. It sucked. So the next day, we're already at the skate park. They were kind of fenced off, so we were kind of in a parking lot across the street. And, they came and opened it up, and we went in and stuff. And then a van pulls up, and the guys in Guttermouth get out. And we're like, oh, cool. That wasn't the same van. It wasn't the van from the night before. So I'm like, okay, well, that's good, right? Yeah. Then a second van pulls in. And it is the van from the night before. And in the light of day, I noticed the guys getting out of this van are AFI, who was on tour with Guttermouth. So literally everything I said to them pertained to them too.
Yeah.
If I would have, we literally talked to them. They literally played the same show. Everything was the same. And we talked to the guy. They were like, "Oh man, it's too bad that we didn't run into you guys. You guys could have totally
Guttermouth is saying
Guttermouth,
right.
Yeah. We had a ton of room. It's too bad. Too bad you guys couldn't come hang out with us. That sucks." We're like, "Yeah, we slept in the van." Like, "Oh, that sucks so bad, right? So sorry, guys." The AFI guys avoided us like the plague. Every one of those band members literally went out of their way to not be in the same area with any of us. So pretty much when they played, I just stand on the side of the stage and scowled. They knew what they did.
They did.
Buttholes. So the point of the story is AFI sucks. Because
they still play?
I don't know. I don't care. I was hoping you were going to be like, "Oh, I heard it in the news the other day. They drove off a cliff." I'd be like, "Awesome."
Oh.
Yeah. So kind of, you guys deserve cliff death.
Cliff death.
So I want everybody to go on Twitter and see if you can find AFI's Twitter. And I just want you to tweet at them, #NotCoolBro. Like, no context.
No context.
Whatsoever. Just #NotCoolBro.
Oh, no.
And that is the reason why I'm so angry and mean to people.
That's why?
Yeah. You can thank AFI. I hope they're satisfied with what they've done to me. I was very traumatized. Do you know how hurtful it is to scream at somebody in a van at a stoplight in Little Rock and then have them deny you?
No.
Exactly.
I've never done that.
Exactly. God, now I'm all angry and riled up.
Well, I don't think we have much longer in this
All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Goddamn AFI. Questions, comments, concerns, or hatred from AFI. And I know somebody's going to be like, "Oh, those guys are still around. They're my favorite band." I'll be like, "Oh, I really want to be friends with you."
Get out.
Get. Anyways. Yeah, but if you're watching my view, go check out Heather's channel down in the description while you're there. Hit the like and subscribe button. If you're watching her view, want to do the same thing for me, that would be super duper cool. And if you want to go check out our Spreadshirt shops, we got all kinds of cool squad merchandise that you guys can get. There's different stuff in each shops. That is down in the description. These stairs are being buttholes. And then if you want to hang out with us on our Discord and on our server, which I will personally guarantee is an AFI free zone.
Okay.
I can't think of how many times I'd be like, all right, Snoop, is the new server set up? Yeah. Is AFI whitelisted? He's like, no. And I'm like, good. They don't deserve it.
Oh, okay.
Suck a butt.
Gracious.
Anyways, guys, and if you want to get your very own Minecraft server, head on over to Aim to Game. Use the link down below so you know you're coming from this squad. Use the coupon codes and save yourself some money. The band is AFI. A bunch of freaking idiots. And, sick burn, AFI. All right, guys, bye.
Bye.